Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Cecelia, and if you're here, you're probably looking for some answers on the engineering professional internships or just professional internships in general from Disney. So first things first, let me introduce myself a little bit. My name is Cecelia, and I'm currently a senior at the University of Toledo in computer science and engineering. I have accepted a professional internship offer for an engineering internship with Disney for this spring, and if you're like me, you know that process is a little confusing and very long. So I wanted to just do a video to maybe recap that process and answer any questions that you might have about that process. So the first step in the process is waiting for applications to drop and then applying. Your applications will typically drop in August for the spring semester internships, and then they'll drop in January for the fall semester. Once those applications have dropped, you're going to go ahead and apply, submit your resume, and then it's a waiting game. I applied to, I think, 5 internships. I know a lot of people apply to in the 10s to like 20, maybe even 50 I've seen. I only applied to 5 because I only saw 5 that were relevant to me, and one of those included the general professional engineering internship. So once you've submitted your resume to that professional engineering general application, that resume is then sorted through by a computer, which picks out any relevant words and then sorts that resume. Sometimes that means you get sorted into NLIC, which means you're no longer in consideration. Then from there, managers can look at your resumes, decide if they like you, and then they'll pick you. So typically, once you've submitted your application, the next step that you'll get is what's called a phone screen. A phone screen is just a recruiter who's calling you to ask about your resume, double check that everything on there is correct, and to ask you some very basic questions so they can submit some notes to managers. Don't be scared of the phone screen. Recruiters are there to help you. They're really nice people. They really want you to do well and they want to see you succeed. So don't be scared of that first phone screen. They're the ones who will submit those notes and get you to your managers. And now the third step is the actual interview. For a lot of positions, this is a Blue Jeans interview. Blue Jeans is a video conferencing application, kind of like Skype. What a Blue Jeans interview typically consists of is more technical questions, more getting to know exactly what your specialties are, and if you would be a good fit for a specific team. This is really the interview that made me the most nervous because you're really sitting face to face with the people that you might be working with. This step has been often regarded as like a good final step. I've heard a lot of people say that once you get a Blue Jeans, you know you're in. But I also know people who have gotten NLIC'd after a Blue Jeans interview. So don't necessarily just assume you have the position. Really take this opportunity to show what you're worth. So after your Blue Jeans interview, it's another waiting game. I was told that I would hear back after a week to 2 weeks. Luckily, I did hear back after 2 days for another interview. And then after that interview, I heard back, I think it was like 4 days after that interview. So it was kind of a long process start to finish. But luckily after those Blue Jeans interviews, it was really only a couple of days to a week until I knew that I had an offer. So a few tips I have after going through this process. My first one would definitely be patient. This is a long process. I applied at the end of August and then finally got my offer at the very beginning of November. So it was like over 2 months of waiting, which is crazy, but it was worth it in the end. So just be patient. And then my second tip would definitely be to join the Facebook groups. If you don't have a Facebook, get one because they make you sane through this waiting process. Other people are going through the same thing you are, and it's nice to see that there are other people also still under review, you know? And then with that, update the spreadsheet. There's going to be a spreadsheet at the top of the page that will have every single position listed on it. And with that, you can update when you got an interview, when you had a phone screen, when you got your offer, and when you got NLIC'd. So this helps everyone in the future to see how the timeline goes. And I really use this. I thought it was really helpful to see previous semesters and to see how long it took from an interview to get an offer or from an application to get a phone screen. It was really, really helpful. And my third and final tip is just be confident and be yourself. I know that it's a lot of pressure to be Disney and be like a certain type of person to get in. And I don't think that necessarily they're looking for a Disney person. They're looking for a confident person, someone who will fit in with their team. So if you just be yourself, I think that that's the best way to go. Don't be fake. Don't try and be someone who you're not. Just be confident, smile, and know that you're doing it for the right reasons. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was really informative. Let me know if you have any questions down below, or if you're doing a college program or a professional internship this spring. Have a good one. Bye.